Hi, this is D.H. Dunn, and welcome to Darkest Dungeon. So, my idea here, and I have tried this once before, and I wasn't happy with the results, so we'll see how this goes. But I wanted to have a third series going where I was just playing through Darkest Dungeon with all my book characters involved. When I tried this earlier, I was somewhat unhappy with how I was approaching it. I was approaching it like a let's play and was talking a lot about my strategy and my decisions, and I don't really think that's what I'm trying to do with these series. As I say in many of these videos, I'm a gamer, but I'm not a good gamer. I'm certainly not somebody that someone who wanted to be good at one of these games should be focused on picking up strategy and tips. I'm much more interested in the story that develops through the course of these games. So I'm going to try to kind of split the needle here between explaining enough about the mechanics so that if you're watching, you have some idea of what's going on, but not delving into the minutia of the story, of the mechanics of the game too much. So at a high level, Darkest Dungeon is a party-based game, which does make it good for what I want to do, because it gives me an opportunity to bring in not just Nima and Drew, but a lot of characters, maybe even a few from outside Fractured Everest. It is a challenging game. It is a dark game, but we are going to be bringing some light, some sunlight to this dungeon. So why don't we just get started? So I'm going to go into a campaign, and this was the previous campaign that I had set up, and I'm going to delete that estate and start over. So I'm turning off really all the DLC. I'm going to leave these two classes because I like them. And we're going to go Radiant, which is the easiest of these. And while I have played Darkest Dungeon before, I have never beat it. And we're going to embrace the dad jokes here immediately with the Darkest Dungeon. All right, let's get started. There will be a movie here. I will be quiet during the movie.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember, there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
Redemption. Fantastic motivation for any character. So, Darkest Dungeon is a strategy game. I am not going to be reading through rules and things like that, as I said. So we're just going to get started. Basically, you are walking through dungeons. You are fighting characters or fighting various monsters, hoping to get treasure, hoping to push the story along, as you would in many games. So we start off with these two guys, and they will be renamed as soon as this little tutorial mission is over. So we start off with this kind of roguelike character here, and then a more stalwart warrior character here. Alright, beat that guy. And we've got a little treasure. Let's move on. We've got a tent. So in the story, these two gentlemen were traveling towards the estate of the Darkest Dungeon, and their wagon broke down, as shown in that movie, and then they've been accosted by some highwaymen on the way. It just serves as a tutorial to get you into the game. I'd like to take out this guy in the back if I could. Fantastic. That was just great. Alright, now this fight just got a lot easier. Darkest Dungeon can be definitely a challenging game. We may lose characters, we may have some people die. That is part of the game. I will do my best to keep all our friends alive. We'll see how it goes. Shouldn't lose anybody in the tutorial, but just to speak to Darkest Dungeon's reputation, you can lose people in the tutorial. Let's point blank you. Maybe one more hit should do it. When I was younger, I used to play a lot more action-based strategy games, Diablo, and even more action-based than that. But now I like a good turn-based, but I've always liked a good turn-based, whether it's all the way back to when I had the NES, the original Nintendo Entertainment System in the early 90s. First game I bought for it was Final Fantasy, and I've been in love with turn-based combat ever since. Alright, so we're going to head to the town. There's a little level up screen here. We got some money, we got some food, we got some heirlooms that we help build up the town with. They pick up quirks and things, like this guy's afraid of beasts now, but Dismas is a night owl, but they're not going to have these names much longer.
Such as it is.
Okay, so this is the main town screen. Some of these buildings are not yet available. Again, not looking to do a major explanation of mechanics. We'll go to the stagecoach here where we can recruit some more heroes onto our team. After this first run through, who will be here is random. The first time you start, you always get this same group.
Pious and unrelenting.
Do absolutely love the narrator in this game. I should not talk while he's talking because we're probably competing with one another, but his approach is fantastic. I love it. So first thing I want to do is let's get this. No, I don't want to embark. Let's get this dunned up. So Reynold, you need to not be Reynold. Let's rename you. Who could be more stalwart than Drew? So Drew will be our crusader. Let's see, do I like his color? Can I change that? Yeah. I like a good red. Well, Drew's a Navy man. Let's keep him blue. That's more appropriate. Although, I remember when I first got my dress blues in the Navy, I was quite surprised that they were nowhere near as blue as I thought they would be. They were quite black, but my dungarees were blue. So, whoops, that is not what I want. Go back. For the rogue here, I've got a couple options. I really wanted to stick with this first run with naming these people after characters specifically from Under Everest, the first book in the Fractured Everest series. So I'm going to go with Jang. Character I really enjoy. Jang was just an absolute ton of fun to write. He's a villain, but I think he has an interesting perspective, and I enjoyed working on him quite a bit. So I'm going to skip over the Plague Doctor for a moment, go to the Vestal. This is basically your healer character. And, this is a character who's here to help. And no one likes to help more than Nima. So we will make this Nima and try to get the skin color, the skin tone as appropriate as possible. It's probably going to be that. Yeah, I feel like actually the green works fine. All right, and then over here now you might think that this, if you've read Under Everest, this is a female character. It's not actually that obvious from the art, but this is a female. You might think that this could be Wanda, but I have a character in mind for Wanda. So instead I'm going to name this Marin, who is a character I really, really enjoyed writing as well. Marin has decent screen time in book 1, but a lot of page time in books 2 and 3. And in fact, in early drafts, a bit took the book over. I had to scale her back. I had a bit of a Marin fixation for a bit. So since we can't see her face, I'm just going to pick a color scheme I like, which I really like this red. Okay, so this is our group. This is a graveyard. This is where when your guys die, you can visit them. This Ancestors Memoirs lets you look at movies. Nomad Wagon lets you buy little trinkets and stuff. Not going to worry about any of that right now. Let's go on our first mission. Very similar. I said I wasn't going to talk over the guy, and I've been talking over the guy. Very similar loop to XCOM in that you have kind of base time and then mission time. And so you go do a mission and then you go back to your base and you kind of loop that way. There are several places that we can send our team. Right now, the Ruins is the only place that's open. The rest of them will open up. I'm just going to put these guys on the team. We'll put Nima there, Marin there. We're going to get our provisions. You don't want to go into a dangerous situation without some food. And a couple shovels, and you never know when you might need a key. And definitely some torches. It's not called the Darkest Dungeon for nothing. Alright, let's go. So I figure I'll probably do a run, an episode, or a playthrough. So this time I'll do a run, and then we'll send everybody back to town, and then we'll start the set up for the next run next time. So our goal in this particular dungeon is, which is up at the top left, explore 90% of rooms. There are 7 rooms, so we explore 6 of them. There's 7? Yes. I couldn't count there for a second. So we're going to go through. Ooh, a torch. Let's take it.
If only treasure
thank you.
The flow of other
and you'll notice as they walk around, it does get darker, as it just did as they walked in this room. Alright, so quick fight. Again, not spending a lot of time on strategy discussions here. I will try to make good choices. In this case, I don't really like any of the options, particularly for Marin. I recognize again I've done a very bad job of being quiet when the guy's talking. Alright, so Nima can heal, but she can also do a couple damage moves. But she's not in the right spot in the rows to do that. Some of their abilities only work depending on where they're standing in their lineup. So we'll just do Illumination. Does 1 damage. And raises the light. Oh, I thought Drew was going to take him out right there, but that was a miss. Alright, good job, Jang.
Maintain the offensive.
Okay. So we'll let Jang open this chest here. Now it's an unlocked strongbox, so we'll just take it. What's in there? Another shovel, some money. Great. Let's move on. Alright, a big pile of junk.
Stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Fortunately, we brought a shovel. Let's pop another torch, though. I like it to be very bright. Oh. Alright. Let's always get the people in the back. It's always my strategy. If they're in the back, they're probably worse than the people in the front. Hit the mage, hit the healers. Those big beefy guys in front, they're there to protect somebody. Alright, let's see. She's got a group. No, she's only got an individual heal. That's it. That's not bad. So far, things are going well. That was a pretty decent chunk out of Drew, though. everything about the atmosphere in this game is great. One minor mechanic I do want people to, if you're interested, to understand, underneath each character there's a red bar that represents their health, but the white box is below that represents their sanity or their stress level. Stress is a big deal in this game, and it's a lot easier to heal the actual health problems than it is the stress problems.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
All right, there we go. Nice. And I'm going to give Drew a heal. Neima's going to heal Drew. Nice job. And let's do it. Let's heal Jang this time. Good job, Neima. And fire a gun. Not done. It's pretty appropriate, actually. There are only a few characters in the books that use a gun, and Jang is one of them. So, appropriate that he has that gun. And a knife. He uses a knife in the book, too. It's almost like I thought this through. I didn't. Alright, another torch. A couple statue heads, and some gold. Okay. Speaking of torches. Getting a bit dark. Alright, let's check this room. Empty. Apologize for any microphone noise. My ear is itching. Had to move the headset there a bit. I went through a whole interesting headset adventure the other day as I'm trying to find my way through streaming. I would love to use a microphone, but the Xbox, which is what I'm using here, does not support USB microphones. Unlike the other available platforms. So I am using a headset, and so the first headset I got was this Turtle Beach one. It was very nice. You know, it's not hundreds of dollars, but it's nice, and it's got a really nice sound out of the microphone. It's quite heavy, and I had difficulty adjusting it, so I went and got a less expensive, lighter headset. And I tried that, and the sound quality was awful, and I just couldn't handle it. So I spent some time working with the Turtle Beach again, and got a way where I've adjusted it to the point where it's, I'm going to call it reasonably comfortable. You know, I can wear it for a good, I'd say, hour or so, and then I need to take a little bit of a break. So I'm still hoping to find an answer that would. You know, let me stream for a couple hours. Either I get more used to the headphones, or I find more comfortable headphones, or I find another streaming answer. The trick, of course, is that I think some people would say, well, why don't you just, you know, stream on PC? There's USB microphones for days on PC, and Twitch streaming on PC is pretty easy. One of the things I liked about streaming on Xbox, well, I didn't have to use a capture card. It worked really, really easily. It records really easily, and all my games are already here. So I don't want to rebuy all this stuff. This was already, you know, as I've said in other videos, this is already what I was doing after work. This was how I relaxed. This not only was I playing games, I was playing games on Xbox, mostly starring my book characters. So, you know, it just was suggested to me by Kelly Lynn Colby, who has the fantastic podcast that I was on, Curse Dragon podcast. Was suggested to me, like, why don't you just stream if you're already doing that stuff? And you know, it was one of those moments where I was like, geez, why didn't I think of that? Again, I was talking over the guy. I'm going to have to listen to the audio and see if that guy and I are at the same volume level. If we are, I may ditch this whole recording. Hopefully we're not. Okay, so Jang is bleeding. I don't have any bandages, but that will heal itself in time. Through the course of that fight, they also did get their positions a bit scrambled. So I'm just going to fix who's standing where. As soon as I can figure out how to do that. Maybe it's X. Nope. You know what? We will worry about it later. So this is an heirloom chest, so I know I used the key with that. There we go. Hidden compartment. Got another key. Got some papers. Got some green stuff. Great. Alright, here we go. I figured it out. So if I hit A and then tell Marin to go here, Marin and Jang should switch places. And I think they can work with this lineup. Alright, yeah. Let's get another torch. Going. On through the dungeon. Now, there's a trap there. Jang, do the trap. Good job. A little stress heal there, which was good. Alright, moving on. Into the next room. I would say that Under Everest is one of the more dungeony of the books in the series. If you consider the massive cavern that they go through inside Everest, a dungeon. There's different chambers and rooms, and there's traps and monsters, and there's quite a bit of dungeon experience in there. So I think this is very accurate. I burned that other torch just to free up the inventory space. Alright, we get to eat. I may just turn the narrator off, fantastic as he is. We'll see. Alright, so I took way too many torches and way too much food. I'll remember that. Because this is our last room. And a big fight. So we've got a big armored skeleton, regular skeleton, short skeleton with a beret and a juice glass, and then a bucket head with a crossbow. So the two guys in the back are the problem. So get this guy. Almost got him. I think Marin can finish them off. Let's see, no one's particularly hurt, but in this position, Nima can't do anything else. I'm going to move her up so that she can be at least slightly useful next time. Ouch. Alright, Drew, let's just take that guy out, or almost take him out. So yeah, this beret guy just sits back there, dumps juice on people, and raises their stress. And the crossbow guy in the back does quite a bit of damage. Damn it. It's a lousy miss. Alright, Marin, let's go. Good job. Alright, Nima, you need to heal yourself big time. Excellent work. Alright, Jang's been knocked back and stunned. Nima's getting pounded by damage here. Alright, let's see if we can kill that guy. Alright, that worked.
Great is the weapon that
Alright. We're doing good. Why can't Nima heal herself? Oh, she has to be in the back two spots. Okay, move back. You can heal, though. Marin has a heal, but it's pretty weak. It's just one. I suppose if she got a crit, it's probably 2. Alright. Just hit this guy for 10. Nice. Good job, Drew. That's a good team. They're working out well. We're not going to lose anybody, I don't think. Could get really unlucky here. I don't think so. Go ahead and give Nima 1. Bang with the mace. Good job, Nima. There we go. Alright, stuff, a green rock, a key. I'm gonna stay here because I want to open this chest. Hey, it's another heirloom. We got plenty of keys. More statues. All these statues, papers, and shields are how you upgrade the town, so it's great to find more of them. All right, here we go. We have completed our first mission. Team Dunn. Doing great. Right now it's Team Everest, but I definitely would like to get some characters from the 5th Interdictor in there, and then maybe some of the short stories, and who knows, maybe even a preview or two of future characters. That might be fun.
I see something long absent in
and hey, if you're actually a D.H. Dunn reader and you're actually watching this, which I have no idea if anyone's ever going to see these, and you want to be in here, let me know. Let me know what you'd like your name to be, and well, I'll put you in. I can't promise I'll keep you alive, but I'll do what I can. So we have returned back to our town. One of the things I want to check here is, who do we have in the stagecoach? Who can we add? So we have a jester, and we have a bounty hunter. So right now I will definitely take everybody we can get.
You will be laughing still at the end.
Right, and in the tavern is where we could send
Kegs, cards, and
our stressed out
room
characters.
Promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
And I would say Drew needs a drink. But Drew apparently has a trait that won't let him drink. We can fix that later. But for now, we'll have to send him to the church.
Dusted, the pews set straight. The abbey calls to the faithful.
So basically, he can only go in a spot that's being taken up by that guy in the middle. All right, fine, Drew. You'll just sit this week off. Everybody else seems fine, though. So as far as these characters go, I had given some thought to who would be what. And so I did set that up in a Word doc. And now I just need to bring that up. I should have had that up before I started. Let's see. There we go. I know for the jester, I felt that this would be appropriate for Odan Zurin, who is a very, very interesting character. Does not show up until book 4. But is a major element of all books from that point on. And Odan is a super fun character to write. And I know I'm saying that about every character. But, I mean, if they weren't fun to write them, I wouldn't write them. Which doesn't mean that the ones I killed off weren't also fun to write. Jang was a lot of fun, and there are times when I kind of say, geez, you really should have found a way to keep Jang around. All right, so I had a thought for the bounty hunter. Okay, Carix. So Carix is a character that you will not meet until Within the Hollow, which is book 6. I think he gets a name drop at the very end of book 5, yes. But he is a major antagonist for book 6 and 7. So I felt that the bounty hunter character here was a very good match for Carix. So you can see now that we can go back to the ruins. There's actually a couple different missions we can do there. They haven't opened anywhere else that we can go. So we can take one of these missions on. Probably when we come in next time, we'll take a look at that and decide where we want to go next. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please, shoot me. Leave, what do the YouTubers say? Like, comment, and subscribe. I don't need you guys to do any of those things. But if you want to leave a comment telling me what you think, or if you want to shoot me an email at dhd@dhdunn.com. And, hey, if you want to be in the series, let me know. As always, I appreciate everybody's support on the books, and hope you're doing well, staying safe, and I will see you next time.